So this one's got a lot of feeling behind it, whether you agree or not. But like I don't want to rehash a full on argument. We are going on 3 hours, which we didn't want to
So
do.
worried about doing.
So if you want to see all of ours plus the Cult Lords, you can go check out our full reviews, our full talk, everything spoiler. So here we're going to kind of try to keep it short. I don't want to get too in depth of it. But
just don't let me talk.
just wait, I think I have a
shut your mouth.
There you go. So, all right, Zach, where are you placing Wakanda Forever?
Oh yeah, let me do this real quick. A placement.
Okay.
Namor, Kukulkan, dope. Love Shuri. Love what the fuck? Riri Williams. I love the tribute. I love the tribute to Chadwick Boseman and the character T'Challa. I love the seriousness of the movie, but I think that Eric Ross and his storyline was lacking and not fleshed out enough, and it didn't come together in the third act enough for it to mean something. They should have spent more time on Wakanda if they weren't going to bring that back in the third act.
Mm-hmm. All right, there you go, Brandon. What you thinking?
I'm gonna give this a B.
Okay. In between here.
Yeah. For the rock and the hard place that they found themselves between, it really handled things very, very well, especially the themes of loss and grief. You know, the cold open was very, very effective. It definitely had me feeling a certain way throughout the entire movie from pretty much beginning to end. So if they had to write Boseman out, which, you know, we could go on about our feelings about that all day if we wanted to, I think they did handle that very well. The character of Namor was done really, really well. Tenoch Huerta was awesome. I think if I would do something different, though, a lot of the world building kind of felt shoehorned if they were going for more of this kind of smaller, kind of interpersonal story dealing with loss and grief and coming to grips with all that. It really didn't need all the world building. It didn't need Ross. It didn't need Val. It really didn't need to even worry about establishing a bigger universe. They could have just told their story that they wanted to tell if they were going that route. I would have been fine with this being kind of like a self-sustained kind of standalone.
Yeah. Okay. Then real quick before Brian goes, Chillmonger, what's up? Shout out to Chill. Go check out Chillmonger. I know he has a lot of stuff about the recast of T'Challa too, but his Sunday show, the 33 Burning MCU Questions, is always fun. Saturday show is super fun. Hopefully I can join one day. Hopefully I get a Saturday off where I can actually join in, because I know both of you guys were in there. But he's saying the movies were stronger than the series. It looks that way. I don't know.
It's a mixture.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a mix. And then Andy, S for Sad Shuri. Which is funny. All right, Brian, give me your rating for this one.
All right,
we got an A, we got a B.
Guys, if I start getting to the weeds, just cut me off. All right. I love Namor as a character. I didn't like a lot of what they did in Wakanda. I don't like that there's no, besides M'Baku, they got rid of all the strong black men in Wakanda. I didn't like that. I didn't like the way they made the story. Obviously, I'm a recast person, so I didn't like that. Just, I think a lot of things didn't make sense the more I thought about it. What they did, even the things they did with T'Challa didn't make sense. You know, as Tank has eloquently spoken about him, why would he keep things away from his family if he bitched at his dad, went to the ancestral plane to yell at his dad for doing the same thing? Why would he then turn around and do the same exact thing? Just there's so many things I have problems with, but a lot of the things I have problems with, I recognize it's just because of who I am and what my favorite character is and what my favorite comic book is. It has less to do with this movie. But I don't like that when this movie was made, the first movie was made and made black people really stand up together and really be happy and really be proud of what they saw. You know, something that wasn't touched by all the outsiders. That how we were able to do so much and come together and be so great, yet still hold on a lot of our own traditions and culture. And then they turned around and they added so many black tropes into it, intentionally or not intentionally. You know, like, so now this boy is being raised without a father figure again, away from his home, you know, across the Atlantic. Like there's so many little things, like, you know, the loss of the family. So now those most powerful country in the world, the most technologically advanced country in the world, can't keep their own king and queens safe. As I said, the whole not having strong black characters, all the strong black male characters were gone. I mean, there's just so many little tropes that I didn't like that bothers me. But once again, that has more to do with me and not necessarily the movie. Because I think Namor was an incredible character, even though they're not going to be able to do anything else with it because they don't own the rights to it.
Yeah, which sucks.
Which
any solo stuff.
Any solo stuff.
They're everywhere else. Yeah. It's Loki.
I just
D for lack of doom. I'll give you that. I meant stereotypes.
The Mexican stereotypes. Yeah,
some of those.
Yeah.
Being like what I said, being the savages, you know,
exactly.
The savage Aztecs. You know?
Even though they're the first great empire in all of the Western world, like
they invented zero, like legit, like
they
zero,
invented
like
time, like in telling time and figuring how to build all these things, and it's just
aqueducts.
There's so many problems I have.
Yeah.
But once again, I believe it's because of me. So I'm going to give it a C, but understand it's because of me, not because of necessarily how the movie. Because I left the movie, wasn't sure how I felt about it. To take some time, I felt like the movie was well done. I just don't like what the movie did. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got an A, we got a C, and you gave it a no. We got an A from Zach,
2 A's,
a B,
and 1 C.
No, you gave it a B, right, Brandon?
Brandon gave it a B.
Yeah, Brandon gave it a B, and then you got a C, so it's kind of averaged out at B right now. And then also we got a horror geek. I love the introduction of Talokan. It was also a great recast. The team recast. I've also team recast, but I get it. Yeah, you know, I don't even want to think about that right now because that's not what this movie is. They gave us them killing T'Challa
again.
I mean, there is again. There's a whole, so like I said, that's a whole nother argument that we can get into if we've been into a bunch of times. But one of my biggest issue right off the bat is it's called Wakanda Forever, and besides the throne room 3 times and the one beachfront, that was it. That was all of Wakanda we got. That's it. Like what? It's called Wakanda Forever, and we weren't in Wakanda
for a whole country.
And the only time we were outside of the throne room, Wakanda gets destroyed. So, okay, thanks. Like for, you know, like, I don't know. I like that, you know, so I think you're trying to do that with Wakanda. You also introduced Talokan, which was cool, but very short, you know, like, but I get it too. Like Talokan, it wasn't the main part of it. It's supposed to be Wakanda Forever. So if I would have got more Wakanda and the same amount of Talokan, I would have been cool, but they got almost the same amount of time, you know, on screen. So I was like, but Namor, definitely one of my favorite characters. Love the retcon. I want to see them do that in the comic book, like retcon Namor in the comic to that. Like that's what I want. And find a way to get it from Universal. Universal don't know what the hell they're doing over there.
And Hulk.
You know, and Hulk,
Exactly.
Yeah. I think they're getting Hulk from what
they're supposed to get Hulk in 2024.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell. When I found out like they don't have the rights to Namor, I was like, come on, you made this great character and then Universal owns it. Come on, Kevin Feige. You know, so you know, I wouldn't be surprised Universal decides they want to do a Namor movie now, you know, just because the work has been done, which is so stupid. But as a movie, I like same like Brian, I have a lot of feelings about it. I don't think they respected Chadwick the way Chadwick wanted to be respected. They respected him the way they wanted to respect him, which are 2 different things. I thought they disrespected T'Challa in the movie, just by the way Killmonger was talking about him. You know, and you know, I don't even want to get into the post-credit scene because that's a whole other thing. Man, I'm stuck. Right now. I'm stuck between a B and a C. I'm stuck between a B and a C. You know, Andy's giving it a B. You know, I already know how Chill feels about it. So, yeah, also still pick the leader by fighting on a waterfall. Yeah, you know. So, I mean, Ramonda didn't fight on a waterfall. How did she just become queen for a year? You know,
she's always been queen.
Yeah,
well, you know, just look.
He's a king.
Just look at just look at Angela Bassett's like bicep and shoulder game. Would you want to fight that?
Hey,
No.
hey, she'll Tina Turner you. We'll be out there like Ike, like.
Like, I didn't even say anything, man. We punching people. Yeah, Chadwick kept his sickness private, and Marvel advertised it all over. That's what I was like. He wanted it private. He was fighting it privately, and you plastered it on trailers and walls and stuff like that. So for me, you know, plus all the stuff he said about roles and actors and stuff like that. So I mean, I'll probably give it I'm stuck between a B and a C. Andy's giving it a B. I'm okay with the movie being very mid, you know, and B is very mid, you know, like, you know, but like I said, I walked out of this theater at the end of the movie after the post-credit scenes, very upset, you know, just because I felt like it was disrespectful, you know, but I love Namor. Namor was literally the saving grace from it. Shuri was okay. She was okay, you know. She can't carry a movie. Letitia Wright is not a great actress to carry a movie. Shuri's a somewhat interesting character, but without anybody around her, like it's not.
Letitia
Shuri needs T'Challa
eventually. I think someone said this before. It was actually in Chillmonger's video that it would have been so great if you had T'Challa there and he was able to pass the mantle on to Shuri and then both to elevate each other at the same time. I would love to see black men and black women both being elevated at the same time. I think there's so many opportunities that we really missed out on. But once again, these are my own personal feelings, and that's not necessarily take away from the movie. It's just my feelings about certain tropes that we have in this day and age.
Yeah.
And I feel like they got away from this, you know, and one thing in the first movie, and they brought it back in the second, and that hurts me even more.
There you go. K-Dot said that.
K-Dot did say that. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm okay with B. You know, I know House of Nerd show. He put S tier. He thought it was the best MCU movie ever. Like legit, like ever. He thinks it was one of the best MCU movies of all time, of all 35 or whatever there are.
I can agree with that, but not ever. It's not the best one. Endgame exists.
This is, but that's also because he felt like he finally had something that represented him.
Yeah, which I get.
And that representation means so much.
No, it's Namor with a.
Oh, he's Spanish.
He's Hispanic.
Yeah.
He's Hispanic.
Yeah.
And he feels like the Namor represents him. So seeing that representation, I understand where it comes from. But you know, he listened to what I had to say and totally understood where I was coming from and why I'm so angry about certain parts of it. Yeah. You know, and it is what
imagine in the next one, you know, they say like, oh, Namor drowned. Here's the new Namor, Namora. You know, it's like that's what would
this
be.
Is what we did.
Yeah. You know, so but yeah, I'm okay with that. There it is, man. All MCU.
Wait, before we save it,
Phase 4.
I promised. I said WandaVision. If we didn't have enough up, you should go to S.
I'm cool with that. I am 100% cool with that because I love WandaVision too. I wanted more of it. Any last changes? Anybody want to make an argument for anything? So she was gonna be disappointed when Namor isn't depicted as Latino anymore.
There will be a riot.
Yeah, I really like Namor. Yeah. Real quick though, I think there's rumors I've been hearing. It might just be a bunch of BS, but I heard they are going to change Namor in the comics. Like when they reintroduce him or redo whatever new storyline, he's going to be this Mesoamerican kind of character.
That's probably fake because they just gave him a new comic recently.
Did they? Oh, well, there you go. Probably fake. Well, and then if he's not showing up in Disney as that character, then it's probably not going to happen. Like Disneyland, Avengers, whatever it's called. But
the telecon version.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool. Well, they have Avengers Campus. That's what it's called. Like they just after the movie dropped, they introduced Shuri Black Panther at and then they had a funeral for T'Challa at Avengers Campus, which
let's just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to put What If down to a B.
Well, Brandon,
I was thinking about that myself.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing.
I'm just looking at
that's
this
exactly
stuff.
what I was going to mention, because I was kind of flip flopping on What If. I know last week, and originally I started back to a B, and then I put it in A, and now I'm thinking I'd like to put it as back as a B.
A B plus, like it'll be in front
because,
of Doctor Strange, but it's a B plus. It's okay, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I would have been fine with it being with each episode being completely disconnected. Kind of like the Twilight Zone. I didn't need some kind of payoff near the end, and I think that really kind of hurt the show for me. I didn't need a team up at the end. I would have been fine with the individual standalone episodes, and that really, the fact that they felt obligated to do what they did at the end presented a big problem to me. So I have to put that as a definite B and leave it there this time. I can't budge from that anymore.
When I originally put it at a B.
Yeah, he originally had it to be, and that's why.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you have it there? But okay, so we're moving. What If? Any last movements?
I hated Eternals. But I respect it more, because I literally hated it only because emotionally I didn't get invested, and also there's too many characters. So but saying it'll be a bad movie, I can't say it. So I can't say it's a bad movie, because in watching it again, it's better than Black Widow.
I think it should be moved up to a B, but that's hard because you don't like it and Tank doesn't really care for it. So,
yeah, I cannot see it being up there with like Doctor Strange.
Anywhere higher than a C is just where it is.
Not for me. Number 2, maybe. I got high hopes for number 2, but what else? Anything else moving around? Chat. We got horror geek, Andy, chill.
I don't see anything else that's like really stands out besides Moon Knight for me. But you guys said what you guys are saying, so that's. I think that's my Zach. Like what Zach's saying about Eternals is how I feel about Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, Chill doesn't like Loki. That's right.
Oh yeah, I love Loki. I thought Loki was one of the best things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I agree, Chill. It is too high.
Yeah, I thought Loki.
I got outvoted.
Amazing.
Yeah, outvoted. Yeah, sorry. I thought Loki was super brilliant, and then just the whole loving himself is such a
Loki thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Minutes was cool. I mean, it just sets up another season perfectly.
I'm okay with
Slayer looking.
Let's just leave it where it is.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
We're not totally like everyone's like, oh, I love this, and no one's like, nah, this is the worst thing ever. It's pretty.
It's solid.
It's solid.
Yeah. Okay. So, a couple S tiers we got up there, a couple of good A tiers, a few B tiers, which is nice and mid, and then C. A bunch of C's. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Is mid
for this list? Yeah. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, an F, I guess, but I wasn't expecting any Fs.
I mean, it's still Marvel. It's not like they made it in like someone's basement.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't
exactly.
It's still well made.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the closest thing that would have been to that low, maybe for me, Thor and Eternals would be. But I think I'm cool with them being C's though.